We're here in Richmond, Virginia. This is the last vigil that we'll be doing before we get to Washington, D.C. To do a vigil at the White House. And my host, Sohail, is actually the one filming right now. Thank you very much. He's been a wonderful host here while I've been in Richmond. And what we're going to do today is we're actually going to be remembering a couple folks from Richmond who were murdered, but also some folks from other parts of this region that I wasn't able to get to on foot, but are definitely stories that I think people should know about. So I'll just read off here each of these people's story. Here in Richmond, we're doing a vigil to commemorate John April Marie Walker, who was shot to death on July 2nd, 2004. Also, Eddie Northington, who was a 39-year-old gay man who was also HIV positive. He was homeless. He was beheaded here in Richmond, Virginia, I believe in 1999, and that's an unsolved case. And then in Fayetteville, North Carolina, we're remembering Samantha Samuel York, who was murdered allegedly by James Edward Shaffer on June 26, 1988. Also Jimmy McCollough. The murdered body of Jimmy McCollough, which was Jimmy's performance name, was Devereux. That was Jimmy's performance name, Devereux. Was found on Joseph Street behind the old Club Spektrum in Fayetteville. And Jimmy was 34 years old. And that was April 14th, 2009. And in Greenville, North Carolina, we're remembering Shannon Elroy Clay, who had multiple stab wounds allegedly by Robert Serdaka Rice, Gerald Julian Chandler, and Robert Lee Alligood. And that was on September 24th, 1991. In Norfolk, Virginia, we're remembering Vernon Civilis, or Civis, I believe it's Civis, who had a head injury attained in a hit-and-run accident perpetrated by Michael O'Donnell and Joseph P. Stone, and that was November 4th, 1988. Also in Norfolk, Virginia, we're remembering, oh, I'm sorry, this is a duplicate. It's the same person, sorry. And so what we're going to do is we're going to light the candle now in remembrance of all of these people who we've lost due to hate based on their gender identity, gender expression, or sexual orientation. And as I say pretty much every time, these are just a sample of the victims that are being affected by this kind of violence. There are more stories than we can count, more stories that we don't even know about because of the way reporting is done on these crimes in this country. It's pretty pitiful, actually. So a lot of these crimes go unnoticed. And so now we'll light the candle.